Welcome, sports fans, to the Sports with Ed short. In this abbreviated show, I'm going to discuss the firings of Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn by the Detroit Lions on Saturday. It doesn't surprise me that they were fired, given especially how badly the Lions played against the Panthers and how woefully they played against the Texans. And while I was disappointed they didn't win, to get blown out by both teams is extremely disappointing. So based on that, when I gave it some thought after I read and reported that they were both fired, it made a lot of sense to me. And the more I thought about it, the more sense it made. The only way it didn't make sense to me is that the Lions are going to face Tom Brady the second to last week of the season, and it would have been good to have Matt Patricia for that, but I'm anxious to see how Darren Bevel does in 5 games. If you recall, that's how many games Wayne Fontes had after Darryl Rogers was fired, and though the Lions were 2-3, I believe it was, with him in those 5 games, he went on to coach the Lions for the next 8 years. So you never know with Darren Bevel, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of changes he has planned, and he does say he has some changes planned, besides the fact that he wants the team to have more fun, which was in the Free Press, I believe it was, today. With that having been said, Bob Quinn shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. After the Golden Tate trade and then Quandre Diggs the next year and Darius Slade Jr. this offseason, I don't think Bob Quinn was a favorite to too many people, including me. So for him to be gone, not a surprise. Who the next Lions general manager is going to be, though, will be interesting. And it'll be interesting to see if Darren Bevel does well enough to become their next head coach. If he isn't, I would say some top candidates would be people like Eric Bieniemy, who's the offensive coordinator of the Chiefs. I also would take a look at the 49ers defensive coordinator, and I can't think of his name right now, but I'll post that in the comments section when I get a chance. Other than that, the only other thing that has yet to be decided, and Sheila Ford is going to leave it up to the GM, is Matt Stafford, whose contract is up at the end of next year. I would not be surprised if the Lions traded him either in this offseason or sometime after that. Matt Stafford says he hasn't made a decision as to what his future is, and I believe him. And he's going to think about it this offseason. So could be that the Lions end up having to trade him, which wouldn't surprise me. But they're not doing very well with him for sure. But I'm hoping he'll be willing to stick around through one more rebuild. If not, I have a trade possibility that may work for the Lions, though be it I'm not sure that any trade involving Matt Stafford will. And that will do it for this Sports with Ed short. Stay tuned to further shorts as warranted. Stay tuned also to Sports with Ed for further updates. And don't forget about the Detroit Lions tomorrow on Saturday, where I will preview their game Sunday, which will be Darren Bevel's first as a head coach with the Chicago Bears. Drive safely. If you're out on the roads, have a good day. Goodbye for now. Take care, everyone.